What is the greatest victory? Beloved souls, welcome. Today we ask, what is the greatest victory? Not the conquest of kingdom, but the conquest of ego, the true enemy within. When this is overcome, light dawns, freedom shines, and life itself becomes liberation. There is nothing more essential, more absolutely indispensable to be overcome and defeated than the ego. It is the greatest bondage. It is the greatest enemy standing in the way of all that is good for you, all that is auspicious, blessed, and supreme. It is what stands in the way. Long, long ago, it was asked, what is the real victory? Is it that of a great emperor leading his vast, invincible armies across a border, defeating an opposing army and conquering a new territory? Or is it the overcoming of oneself by oneself? They answered that the latter was the true victory, the real victory, not the conquest of territory, but the conquest of oneself is the greatest victory. It is also the greatest emancipation. Then shall I be free when I shall cease to be. Mano buddhi ahankar chittani naham. I am not the mind, nor the intellect, nor the ego, nor even the mind stuff. Therefore, to give a semblance of reality to the ego is the greatest ignorance. And to be in a state of identification with the ego is the greatest agyan, the greatest avidya, and the greatest affliction from which all creation is suffering and due to which all creation is causing suffering to everyone else. This is a mystical, metaphysical fact. All discord, all disharmony, all clash and conflict. Everything that becomes a source of pain, suffering, and discontent is rooted in the great blunder of giving importance to that which is the greatest enemy, the greatest bondage, the greatest of all affliction. We, in fact, yield to the enemy and accept defeat when we allow the ego to rule our life. We perpetuate our bondage. We make ourselves slaves by allowing the ego to dominate our life. You cannot walk in two directions at the same time. All the world is suffering and weeping due to the tyranny of the ego over the human individual and the living of his life from day to day. If this is recognized, already light has dawned. If this is recognized, already the process of overcoming has started. If this is recognized, already the bonds are starting to fall apart. They can no longer hold you. You are moving towards emancipation and liberation. You are moving towards sure victory. And you are moving towards Jyoti, light. Tamso ma Jyoti gamaya. Lead us from darkness to light. You are now nearing the wondrous time when this gift will be yours. And you will no longer slumber. You are no longer in darkness. You are no longer in ignorance. This is the truth. Once, twice, and thrice. This is the truth. This then is worth pondering, assimilating, and applying every day of your life if you really want to attain supreme blessedness, if you really want your life to be truly successful, if you really want to become blessed, liberated beings even in this very life, a Jivan Mukt even in this very life. You have the golden key. Blessed is he, blessed is that being, that seeker, who have received the golden key will no longer keep quiet, but will insert the key in the lock, open it, and go out into the freedom that is everywhere at all times. This will indeed be the greatest step, the greatest moment in spiritual life, and the greatest victory.